Amanda with Straightsmile Solutions, straightsmilesolutions.com, and today we're going to tackle this whole case selection for aligners conversation, and I actually have like a ton of content already made on this over the last 6 years. All you have to do is look up Invisalign case selection, aligner case selection within my Straightsmile Solutions YouTube channel. There's over 6,500, it's probably 7,000 videos today, because last time I counted was months ago and there were 6,500. That's how many videos we have, all different iterations of it. This is just going to be a generalized one just because I know they get buried in there and you guys have a hard time finding them. But if you want to look and watch some of these other videos, and I go more into specifics like for Light, for Go, for Express, for SureSmile, you should definitely watch those individual videos. To find them, you can go to my YouTube channel. To find my YouTube channel, go to your YouTube channel, put in the search bar in YouTube, Straightsmile Solutions. That takes you to my YouTube channel, which has a green banner. Once you're there, scroll down, find the Invisalign playlist. It's towards the top, and there's over 250 videos just in there, and you can just click through them until you find something you like, or search by keyword, which is the little magnifying glass on the channel. Anyways, so we're just going to kind of do a brief generalization. If you stick with this brief generalization, it'll keep you out of trouble. And of course, a lot of it depends on which system you're using. Invisalign, you can take more things than you can for SureSmile and ClearCorrect, or Reveal. There's definitely a lot more cases you can predictably take. So you have to be a lot more selective and a lot more careful if you're not taking Invisalign. Also, if you're taking Invisalign, you have to do comprehensive. If you're taking Go, it's a lot more limited. And just because they say you can do it doesn't mean it's possible. You don't know how many times. Thank you so much, Invisalign, for doing a bad job allowing doctors to proceed with cases they should not be doing and having them be unpredictable and impossible, because it gives me business. So I do really appreciate their sloppiness. But remember, they're not in charge of the treatment plan. You are. They're just doing what you tell them to do. So if you tell them you want to make this a light case and it's not possible, they're probably still going to let you do it, and it just won't happen. And now you get yourself in trouble, and you're going to end up paying double trying to get yourself out of trouble, and the patient's going to be mad at you, and you're probably going to have to give a refund, and it's going to be a very expensive mistake, which is part of the reason why you really should have an orthodontist helping you out with your first 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 500 cases, because you will learn so much and avoid so many headaches, and it'll end up being cheaper in the long run because you'll be doing things right, and you'll be happy, and everyone will be happy, and you won't have to be giving refunds and wasting a ton of chair time trying to get yourself out of trouble. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to try to keep this as general as possible, and I'm going to stick with Invisalign for the most part, because that is the best system for more complicated cases. You can do a lot of stuff. You can do, I can confidently tell you, there's nothing I cannot do with Invisalign. I'm not saying it's always the fastest, and sometimes it's faster than braces, but I never will say no to an Invisalign case. No, I'm not going to say no. Why not? You can do everything with Invisalign. So I've seen it, done it. Very, 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 very confident with that system. It is a really good system. And again, I gotta tell you, I do not drink their Kool-Aid. I wish I didn't have to say that. I wish all aligner systems were as good as Invisalign, but it's just that much better. Remember, they were the original clear aligner system. They're 10 to 15 years ahead of ClearCorrect, and almost 20 years ahead of some of the aligner. A lot of their widgets, their gadgets, their things are patented. So the other companies can't do everything that they can do, or can't do it as well. So that's just how it is. Now, that being said, you can take other aligner systems like SureSmile, like Reveal, like White Label, like Global, like ClearCorrect, and you can marry them with a lot of cool orthodontic appliances, which are readily available from any orthodontic lab. Your Ollendorf's, your Specialties, your The Orthodontic Labs, your John's Lab, I don't really care, Gergen's Lab, they're all very nice people. And you can use some appliances first for a few months, fix that more complicated issue with an appliance, and then go into an easier, cheaper system. So there's definitely workarounds, so you don't have to use Invisalign if you have an issue with it, or you don't have the scanner, or you just vehemently are opposed to supporting align technology. I really don't care, okay? So there's definitely workarounds. Okay, so what cases should you flat out avoid? Number 1, anterior open bite cases. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. Any anterior open bite, little one, big one, it's a no, okay? I feel like it's a no. Yes, there are workarounds, okay? And just because the Clincheck says it can be done doesn't mean it can be done, doesn't mean it will happen, doesn't mean it's predictable, doesn't mean it won't relapse, okay? These are so much more complicated than you know, and there's always an underlying etiology. You have to solve the underlying etiology. You have to find out, is it habit related? Is it airway related? Is it skeletal? Is it dental? Is it a tongue thrust? Is it a tongue tie? What's causing it? Okay. Unless you fix the underlying etiology, which might be surgical, it might be related to OMT, it might require a habit appliance, you do not take that case, okay, until it's fully fixed, which may not even be possible if it's not a growing child. So for that reason, I just say don't take them. Not even a little one. It's a no, okay? If it's a growing child, it's a yes. But now you got to learn how to do stuff with growing kids. Whole different, not hard, really, really fun. Whole different world. Much, much, much easier than an adult. Okay, so we said number 1, anterior open bites of any form, little, big. Number 2, class 2 and class 3 patients, if they're not solid class 1, even if they're 1 or 2 or 3 millimeters, class 2, class 2, class 3, I do not want you taking these cases unless they have their wisdom teeth out, all of them. Not impacted, not erupted, out and healed, okay? If you have the wisdom teeth out, you can take them, but keep in mind it might change their profile and their function and their airway, so you have to get a CEF on those cases. So do not commit to taking those until the wisdom teeth are out and healed, all of them, not erupted, out, okay? Because it gives us some play so we can move the teeth around. And you have a CEF and CEF numbers. You don't even commit until that's done. Then you run this by an orthodontist who tells you if it's doable, if it's going to compromise their airway, if it's going to make things worse, if it's going to make them look better. In many situations, it is 100% possible to take, okay? Class 2, we can take much more severe class 2s for the most part. Class 3s, it has to be pretty mild in order to take it. Don't even think about it, okay? So we talked about anterior open bites, class 2, class 3 with wisdom teeth in. Must have a CEF. Must have a CEF for all those, actually. What else? That's pretty much the big posterior crossbites. No posterior crossbites in adults. You can take them and you can leave it and you can program it to leave it, but you need to make sure the patient knows that you're not fixing that part, which means certain types of paperwork, which is not coming from Invisalign. You need to know where this paperwork is. It is stuff that we do carry in our store and that we do give for free to our clients, Straightsmile Solutions store. You can check it out. We do have compromised paperwork and things like that, but you really need to understand it and be able to explain the why. And remember, anytime you do a compromised treatment plan, you need to have that paperwork signed by the patient that they understand their risk, benefits, and alternatives, and they understand that they can go get that fixed at an orthodontist. They can go get implant retained MARPs and that's just, don't do it as a general dentist. Don't do it. I won't even help you with the case if you bring it to me, because that is way outside your scope of what you should be doing. That's a no. I will not help you with that case. Send it to the orthodontist, do it right, okay? If they want these things fully corrected. And there's amazing health benefits that come from fully correcting these things. So you're actually doing the right thing for the patient by sending it to an orthodontist, okay? So those are the kind of 4 buckets I'm gonna give you right now of what not to take for Invisalign. And remember, it gotta be comprehensive. No general dentist should be doing anything in light or express, ever. Unless you've done thousands and thousands and thousands of cases. You will promise you it'll cost you more, it'll give you more headaches. Everything goes in comprehensive, okay? Maybe later we can start scaling it down to moderate once you get all your process and SOPs up and running and your virtual check-ins, whether you're using in-hand dental, you're using dental monitoring, you're using Invis-Virtual. I don't really care. There's a bunch of different ones that are out there. Gotta have that going before you start scaling down. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully this was helpful. Thanks.